Welcome back, everybody. Well, I literally just got back from the store and I wanted to present this Glock 19X that I just picked up. I've seen a lot of reviews on it, and I've seen mixed reviews actually. People either not liking the gun because of its design or loving the gun. But one thing I've noticed is that people that don't like this handgun are the people that don't have it in hand, and people that love it actually have it in hand and are shooting it and handling it. So I walked into, and they happened to have one left in stock. My local dealer had gotten 4 of them in. This was the last one he had, and the reason he was selling out so quick is he's offering it at an amazing price, fully $100 cheaper than anyone else selling them. So I handled it. I immediately picked it up. Now this might be unusual for me because if you watch my channel, you know I don't own a Glock. But this one changed my mind. They usually don't fit my hand, and this one does. For some reason, because of, I believe it has a little bit smaller grip on it. This was kind of an impulse buy because I just walked in, saw it there, and the color actually attracted me to it. I'm a fan of this color in a polymer gun simply because it stands out a little bit more than the regular black guns. So maybe this is the Glock for people who don't like Glocks, but I believe mostly it's for people who just haven't handled it yet, that they would actually like it. Now you can see right away, it's the first time I've opened it since being seeing it in the gun shop. 4 back straps. That's, I believe, the modular part of the design for the Army trials, or the military trials rather. 2 mediums and 2 larges, one without the beaver tail, one with. Then 3 magazines. There's one in the firearm. 2 extended magazines here with the magazine loader. And then there's one in the firearm. We'll go ahead and pull that out. Check that it is indeed empty from the shop. So, what changed my mind to try this? Well, first of all, the feel of it. It just fits my hand wonderfully, the way it's set. So I'll experiment with the other grips. I got a little bit of gap in here, so I might go to, and it feels actually almost a little small. I have smaller hands with thick fingers. Fits me very nicely, but a little loose right in here. I might go to the medium beaver tail just to get a more comfortable grip for me. The other thing that sold me on it was the steel sights, and I understand Glocks usually come with plastic sights. This comes with steel night sights already installed. You get a little better sight picture by getting some of the white away from the background. And I like the 3-dot system rather than the regular Glock sighting system. This is more what I'm accustomed to on my Smith & Wessons and various other handguns that I have. I don't normally shoot modern firearms. When I do, it's a 1911 or a Beretta. But this one caught my eye in color and then pulled me the rest of the way in with fit, finish, and feel. Just amazingly happy with the way this gun. Now, if you're familiar with Glocks, you'll probably know a lot more than I do on these. From what I understand, it's a 19 slide on a 17 frame, so it's got the longer frame for capacity, shorter slide, and everyone I've talked to loves this shorter slide. It makes it a handier slide, maybe a little more recoil because it's a little bit lighter. And not only that, the finish of the gun that I mentioned with the previous Gen 5 Glocks having that frame actually squared off where the slide is beveled. This one is beveled and follows it. It has the upgraded barrel, the more accurate barrel with a nice crown on it. And some people say, oh, that isn't going to make that much difference, but sure it will. If you shoot a 6-inch group and your gun is only capable of 4-inch group, you might be 10 inches off your intended target when you pull the trigger. If you're capable of a 6-inch group and your gun shoots a 2-inch group, that's going to pull you in to 8 inches off your target in the most extreme circumstance. So yeah, a more accurate barrel is very important in my way of thinking. Ambidextrous slide release, or rather magazine, no, that's the slide release. Ambidextrous, the magazine release is reversible, but not ambidextrous, from what I understand. The simple takedown of the Glocks, which is similar to many other firearms today, but personally, I think this gun is a home run. These are tritium night sights, unlike the Walther I just previously, which were phosphorus, just glow in the dark, basically had to charge them. And these are the good tritium headlights in it that will last, well, half-life of 12 years. So in 12 years they'll be half the brightness. 24 years, probably longer than I'll live, since I'm almost 60 years old. They'll be a quarter of the brightness they are brand new. So quite a long life on them, actually. A lot of people are complaining about the lanyard. If you don't like it, remove it. It's just a plug that sits in there. And I'm sure there'll be aftermarket plugs in this coyote color that come along. So don't despair. You can get rid of it if you want to easily enough. The only thing I was curious about was this odd flare on the front here. But that actually, for my small hands, is not a bad fit. Where I would normally handle the gun, it gives me a nice spot without having to have finger grooves, which I don't like normally. So yeah, I think this might be the Glock for people who don't like Glocks, actually. It pulled me in, I took it home, and I'm very anxious to go shoot it, and we'll probably put some Talon grips on it. I'm not a fan of plastic guns in sweaty weather. So there it is, the new Glock 19X in 9mm, and I believe it's a winner myself. Let me know what you think of the new Glock 19X if you've handled one in your hands. And speculation will not get you very far with this gun. I think it has to be handled and seen to be appreciated. So go out to your gun store, your gun range, try one out, feel it, and I think you'll be surprised at how pointable and excellent the ergonomics are for a Glock, for me anyway. So thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time.